It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Mac Jones. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Rams and the Falcons, and it's coming up next.
The Santa Ana wind so prevalent this time of year, they rolled through and they left us with bright, clear skies here in Los Angeles, California. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, and this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD, that moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number if you go all the way back to the...
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now. Throwing Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a 4th-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Cousins. Here's a screen for Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 13 carries, 60 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as the tackle made down at the 33. First down, Play action now. Cousins. He's able to get it to Coleman. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
And that's incomplete. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down. Fourth down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fighting his way through contact. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 3.
That's the gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Jones. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The Falcons offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. Only able to make it to the 15 after the broken tackle. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. The drive starts with a carry by Corum. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Encroachment, defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Ethan Evans on now to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 61 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Out of the gun, they give it to Corum. And he stopped immediately there. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Corum now on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And the Rams sit 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And this is incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run in the NFL.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he is going to have a Rams first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Robinson with another carry. Dances by him. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That good for 19 and a first down. A good chunk of those yards came after contact, and that's an area where he's really starting to excel as a running back. It
felt like he was doing a drill that running backs have to perform all the time, especially in pads, called a gauntlet drill. 2 guys, people, these 2 rows, and you have to go right through the middle of them and make sure you take care of the football and knock people aside. He's performing the drill on that run.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
False start, offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. His throw incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. And not that the coach asked me, but I do like the call there to start the drive, looking for something maybe to jumpstart this offense. And they decide to run a little screen play, maybe give their running back a little bit of space. Mission accomplished. He turns that into good yardage and a quick first down.
Back to throw. Jones. And this one's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the first down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ethan Evans now. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it will be Falcon football. Off the play fake, Cousins. Completes it to Coleman. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. Here's 3rd and 9. Throwing is Cousins. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll go as a punt of 42-7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run with Corum to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Jones. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Jones. That one taken in by Whittington. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's 3rd and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Approach with defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Throwing, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
At their 48-yard line.
On 2nd and very short, Jones. Short throw, it's Higbee. And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as he's across midfield to the 48.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, Jones. To the sideline and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off play action. Jones under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Cousins. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now Cousins. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
False start, offense.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Cousins. And this will be caught by Mooney. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
A 51-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Jones. He'll get this complete to Whittington. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing, Jones. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
It's the gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jalen Hurts leading the way again as his guys run their mark to 8-1. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Drake May, sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And his throw is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with the 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And Kupp going to pick up a Rams first down as he's across midfield to the 48.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They run straight ahead with Corum. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones, eluding the pressure right. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is set away. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Cousins. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So that, Charles, may be the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something, because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Off the play fake, Jones. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one is right through. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline, you know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. 3rd down and 13. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now Jones. To the right side, that's Whittington. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Short throw caught by Pitts. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Play fake, Cousins. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And the Falcons, 1st down.
Here's Cousins. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3rd and 19. Cousins to throw it. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Trailing here in the second half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You've got to know when to pull up, or if you're going to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Cousins now. Short throw caught by Pitts. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Falcons.
Back to throw here. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing is Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Encroachment. Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle, he's got the hook up to Whittington. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Cousins. That's complete to Mooney. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Robinson up the middle. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Throwing, Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And a Falcon first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 3rd and 7. To throw, Cousins. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Ernest Jones drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. This is brought in at the 21. So possession goes over here on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. That one taken in by Whittington. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
At the 38-yard line.
Off play action, Jones. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's Jones, off the bootleg. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Corum. To the 43, 2nd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones, short throw, it's Higbee.
Complete to Tyler Higbee. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Short throw, it's Higbee. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Yeah, here now come the Falcons. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now Cousins. It's caught by Coleman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 25, here's 2nd and a couple. On play action, Cousins. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This now a 3rd and 4. To throw is Cousins. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Play action now. Cousins. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll throw again. Cousins completes a Mooney on the slant. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
At the 46-yard line.
Cousins got his man. It's Warren. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Cousins. Call it a gain of a yard. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 35. Now we'll pause for an injured player, and that's wide receiver Drake London who's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Darius Williams in there to make the tackle. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They'll set up a throw. That is caught. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Cousins to throw it. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now the Rams offense getting the football back. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing Jones. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. A big play looming on 3rd down. Now Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. And they'll indeed take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Atlanta, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.